Unpopular opinions that I have. Strawberries are so overrated and not good. Mint chocolate chip is the best ice cream flavor. Night showers are better than morning showers. I like going to bed feeling clean. Friends is a horrible show and not funny. Brussels sprouts are the best vegetable, and if you add bacon to it, amazing. Crunchy over creamy peanut butter all day every day. Arguing is so fun. I love to be right. I have no desire to ever watch Star Wars. It seems so boring.
Unpopular opinion. Things that need to be said. Edition. Let's go. Number 1. Pronouns should not be a problem. Number 2. WNBA players do not get watched, so they don't get paid as much as NBA players. Number 3. This whole Deshaun Watson scenario is very, very, very fishy. Number 4. Birth control should not be forced on a little teenager. Number 5. Yes, women can be abusive in relationships as well. Might get canceled for this. But number 6, I feel like abortion should be used only for a one-time thing when you're just not ready. But you can't just keep doing it over and over, having unprotected sex, not taking responsibility. Number 7, to the minorities that don't want to speak up for the Asian community because they were silent when you were going through stuff, it has to start somewhere. Number 8, I am not transphobic if I don't want to date a transgender. Number 9, men need to stay in their son's life, especially black men need to stay in their black son's life. Last but not least, number 10, rapists are not men, rapists are rapists.
More unpopular opinions that might get me canceled. Vines were better than TikToks. Cancel culture doesn't work because y'all are inconsistent. People say they want a relationship but don't put in the time and effort to get and keep one. If someone misgenders you the first time they meet you, odds are it was an accident. Try not to get mad at them. The way some of you idolize and worship celebrities who don't even know you exist is concerning. Living with your parents in your 20s until you're able to move out is not a bad thing. Shipley's is better than Krispy Kreme. Chicken and waffles don't go together. Moon pies are nasty, and that's coming from someone who's from Tennessee. Cake mugs are disgusting. Anything with coconut is nasty. The black community has a lot of work to do in our community. Womanism is better than feminism. Sushi's overhyped. Crayshaw's underrated. Just because someone gives you a compliment, that does not mean that they're trying to hit on you. Don't flatter yourself. Being an adult doesn't make you right. Going to the club is not all that. This movie ripped off 13 going on 30.
Stitch this with your unpopular opinion. I'll go first. I don't believe in body count. No, I truly believe that it was something made up by men to make women feel inferior to them in some way. Why else would men be praised and women be made to feel shame? Why else would men be told they're a stud and women be made to feel like they are used up garbage? It doesn't make any sense. Because the whole premise behind it, the whole idea as to why it's such a negative thing for women to have a high body count is that the more men we sleep with, apparently, the more enlarged our squishmitten will get. A hot dog down a hallway type situation, if you catch my drift. Only that's not actually how our anatomy works. We're able to push out entire human beings and then heal ourselves back up. You really think that your little shrimp noodle is going to do more damage than a human baby's head? Yeah, didn't think so. So, calling bullshit! Have a great fucking day, assholes! Bye!
Unpopular Opinions Pop Culture Edition. Don't be mad at me, these are just my opinions. I'm tired of every single influencer and content creator thinking that they could start a podcast. And then when their podcast flops, they claim that they're shadow banned or no one's supporting them, when it's actually you're just boring. You're just boring, that's what it is. You can't rely heavily on visuals when it comes to podcasts. No one wants to sit there for 4 hours listening to you talk about the same topics every single week. Big influencers and content creators are in their flop era. People on the internet are shifting away from the big content creator and they are supporting smaller channels. You're just not relatable anymore, and I think that the internet can see through you trying to be relatable. I do not stand with Jamie Lynn Spears at all. She is dead wrong for what she did to Britney Spears. But I need people to stop picking the lowest hanging fruit when it comes to Jamie Lynn Spears. Add something constructive to the conversation. I see a lot of people making fun of her looks, burning her book, saying it's on site if they see her. It's counterproductive. Britney Spears speaking out against Jamie Lynn Spears is not her condoning people tearing down her to uplift Britney. The fashion industry still supporting Dolce & Gabbana proves that they don't care about gay people. They don't care about minorities. They don't care about people tearing down women for their looks. That goes for influencers and celebrities as well. I don't want to hear you during a National Heritage Month if you are still supporting bigoted brands.
These are my random opinions. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Number 1, I think that vaping is equivalent to smoking a cigarette in the 1960s. You don't know what it does to your body. Number 2, there should be no such thing as student wage. It should just be minimum wage. Just because we're student does not mean that we don't have bills. I'm sorry, but apps like Facetune are literally normalizing unrealistic beauty standards. Celebrities and companies should have to say if their photos are being over-edited. Boys struggle with body image, and I am so sick of our society not talking about it. We act like girls are the only people who can be insecure or struggling with body dysmorphia. It drives me absolutely insane. Period products should be free. We need to normalize mental health days. They are just as important as sick days. School is doing an absolutely horrible job of setting us up for the real world.
Unpopular parenting opinion part 3.
But when my kids turn 18, I'm not kicking them out of my house. They can stay with me as long as they need to. Okay? 18 doesn't make you a grown-up. It makes you 18. And I will continue to parent my children until they are able to move forward in their lives without me. That doesn't mean that I won't be upholding any standards or teaching them how to be able to move on without me, but it does mean that my house is still their house until they decide they want to leave or until they disrespect on a level that then requires them to no longer be able to stay. This mindset of kicking our kids out at 18 is ridiculous. I signed up as a parent for life. And that's how long they got me.
Here's potentially an unpopular opinion. I don't think women should buy leggings the exact color of their skin tone. I just took the dogs to PetSmart to get their nails done, and I almost threw my coat over somebody. Upon further inspection, not too much further. I'm a peeper, not a creeper. But upon further inspection, I realized she was indeed wearing leggings and was not half naked like I had originally thought.
Unpopular opinion, okay? If you have a mate that you know is cheating on you, don't confront them about it.
Ooh.
Listen to why. Okay, y'all listen too. Don't confront them about it, because every time you confront them about, I saw this in your phone, where was you at? You took too long to get back. All the obvious signs that they cheating on you, what you're doing is you're teaching them how to cheat better. Because they say, well, let me just stop doing it. Let me do this differently. And that's how people be like, I was in a relationship with so-and-so for all these years. They cheated on me for all these years, because you kept coaching them on how to do it better by keeping on confronting them about what you already knew.
Wow.
Let me tell you what you got to do instead. If somebody is cheating on you or doing anything foul, right? What you do is you observe what's going on and then you get yourself together so you can leave. The only announcement you need to make is I'm out, okay? So if you got to get your mind together, do what you got to do. If you got to get yourself together, do what you got to do, honey. You can sit on the sidelines and just say, okay, I noticed. I know it's going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt while in the meantime, but let me tell you this. What's going to hurt more is you telling this person how to cheat better by continuing to confront them about the signs that you already know to be true and then being stuck in something. And then years later, the inevitable happens, which is that they leave you because they know that you know, and they don't respect you anymore because they know that you tolerated what they were doing all along. So stop telling people that you know when they're cheating. Just wait, get yourself together, and leave.
What's an unpopular opinion of yours that might make people mad? I have a few of them. Also, my tongue is red because I just had Gatorade. Anyway, washing your hands with cold water feels so much better than washing them with warm water. I don't know what it is. Ever since I was little, I just would wash my hands with cold water. I just can't get out of that habit now. The season of summer is way too long. I wish it was like a month. Because you get to June and you're excited about it, but now we're at late July. I'm sick of it now. When it comes to working out, ab day is way worse than leg day. Who wants to get on their back and do a million crunches? Or those freaking Russian twists or whatever they're called. Disgusting.
I'm gonna say something so controversial, but so brave. It is an unpopular opinion, and my unpopular opinions on this app usually don't go too well. I don't care though, because I still get attention. I think the plastic and clay rings that are super popular right now are atrocious and absolutely ugly, and I hate them. If you wear them, cool, you're still cool. Everyone I know has them or wants them. I just don't like them. In my opinion, they're the 2021 version of resin crafts. In a couple years, all these plastic bead rings are going to be in landfills right next to resin pyramids and ashtrays. They don't go away. These resin and plastic crafts are terrible for the planet and they're being mass produced. The clay ones are better, but still ugly.
This is me exposing my strong opinions. If you don't agree, good for you. If someone's sexuality and who they choose to love bothers you, you're the problem. If you choose to only respect women that you are attracted to or women that you find hot, you don't respect women. You do not have to attend university or college in order to be successful. Yes, you will learn a lot and gain knowledge, but that is not the only way to be successful. I feel like the world actually needs females in high positions of power in politics. Canada has only had one female prime minister. One. That is whack. This should have happened years ago, but we need to normalize going to therapy. It's not weird to go to therapy. It is completely normal. And can we speak up about men's mental health? Please. Period products should 1000% be free. 1000%. You should have to attend a parenting course if you want to have a child.
Unpopular opinions that I have. Apple Music is better than Spotify. Ranch sucks and ruins anything it touches. Oatmeal raisin cookies are delicious. Cats are better than dogs. Cheese is overhyped. Sometimes it's good, but I could live without it. Yellow is the best Starburst flavor. The Office is not funny.
Unpopular opinion. Concerts should end by 11 p.m. I don't care if the show has to start at 6. I am tired. The headlining band goes on to 10:30 and they play an hour-long set. No, they don't! And I know what you're thinking. Well, somebody can't hang. Why don't you just not go to concerts? Leave the show early. I can't not go. I'm playing the show!
I do not find it exciting when Apple comes out with new phones. They just take away useful shit and then they give us shit that we don't need. I think Cardi B comes out with bangers and that we just can't see it because we hold her to unnecessary standards that we don't hold male rappers to. Rihanna can keep the album. I don't think it's cute anymore that she's making us wait so long, and I like the makeup, so don't ask a man for something you can't buy yourself. Step your bag up. Just because something's designer or expensive does not make it cute. Lip injections do not look good on everyone. Not everyone needs big lips. I like when boys are a little ugly. When they're too pretty, I can't trust it. I don't like the Model X Tesla. Birkins are ugly. Bitches watch 2 episodes of Rick and Morty and think they're Rick. Watching Rick and Morty doesn't make you smart. People who have their phones on dark mode think they're so different.
Unpopular opinion, but when it comes to like telling kids about sex, I think we should be blunt with it. Okay, I take that back. Maybe not blunt with it, but I find it weird how we'll like tell stories like, oh, well, when mommy and daddy came together and kissed, they made a baby. I don't know, I feel like it teaches kids that sex is like a bad thing when in reality it's not a bad thing, and sexual health and sexual education is very important, especially to tell like teenagers. I don't know, I also feel like there's this like social stigmatization of telling like women about sex versus telling men. For like guys, like their dad is just like, yeah, that makes you a man. And then like for girls it's like so like stigmatized. Like men will literally be like, oh please God, anything but a daughter, but like sexualize the fuck out of women on a daily basis. But in my head I'm thinking, why don't we just like destigmatize sex so that everyone knows what the fuck it is, everyone knows the boundaries between it, everyone knows that no means no and there's no excuse. Because here's my theory, once we're able to destigmatize the sexual organs and stop making it seem like it's this like crazy thing, that people will actually be able to understand why no means no and actually understand that there's clear boundaries and you were taught clear boundaries from the time like you were 8. And you're like, oh my God, Natalie, does that mean you want kids to know about sex? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the movies that we teach kids should be showing clear boundaries, not like Sleeping Beauty, okay? That way, nobody can say, oh, I didn't know. Well, what do you mean you didn't know? You were taught clear boundaries from the movies that we provided you, from classrooms. You know what? Hey, this is just my theory. Let me know what you think.
Okay, back with Unpopular Opinions, Part 5. Being able to hold a tune is not uncommon. A lot of y'all can't actually sing. A lot of times getting married in your early 20s is dumb. Like if you want to be with that person forever, what's the harm in waiting? Okay, I absolutely do not condone men hitting women. However, I do believe in most situations, if you put your hands on someone unprovoked, you should expect to get hit back. Snickerdoodle cookies are elite. You don't have to suffer in a toxic relationship before finding a peaceful one. It's not a rite of passage. The Range Rover Evoque is trash. Like, it's just ugly. Honestly, it just looks like you couldn't afford an actual Range Rover, which is completely fine, but then just get a different car. The Office is so overrated. Just because you're lonely doesn't mean you should get a dog. Liking pickles is not a personality trait. And lastly, I promise you no one cares that you don't drink soda.